Introducing the next big thing in wrestling today, WrestleCrate.com, a monthly pro wrestling based subscription service starting as low as $14.99 a month, with items that include Mattel action figures, Funko Pop, pro wrestling tees, and signed memorabilia by the biggest names in the business today. For more information, on Twitter at WrestleCrates and our official website, www.wrestlecrate.com. What is going on, guys? JD from New York here, and this is WWE Off the Script, episode number 81, part number 1, to start your weekend off the right fucking way, man. Each and every weekend I come on here and sit in front of this microphone. I say the same fucking thing every single weekend, man. This is the number one source for everything WWE right here on YouTube.com, man. Thank you so much for joining me and starting your weekend off with me the right fucking way, bro. Now, I don't know what to say about this episode, man. I really don't. Part 1 is going to be completely negative. A lot of negativity in part 1, man. There's not one positive story in this episode today. JD, did you hear about Superfly? Yes. JD, did you hear about Sonny, a.k.a. Tammy Sitch? Yes. JD, did you hear about Mark Henry possibly retiring? Yes. JD, did you hear about Seth Rollins' girlfriend being fired by WWE? Yes. Yes on all accounts, man. I know it all. Not one positive story this week, folks. Not one. You know, usually I look forward to news and rumors and a possible spoiler, a possible return, something. But we got nothing. Even my Monday Night Raw review, which I did, surprisingly, I did a Monday Night Raw review for you guys. That was all negative as well, man, because WWE is handling the Divas division quite poorly at the moment. And if you guys want to hear my thoughts on the abomination that was Monday Night Raw and how I would have booked Monday Night Raw, you guys can listen to that immediately following this episode of Off the Script. I'll leave you a little exclamation point at the top right of your screen. You guys can click that little drop down, what happened, and you can click the video immediately after viewing this one, man. Monday Night Raw review for 8/31 on Tuesday is when I recorded that. Now, I don't know, man. We're going to get right into the news. You know, I'm procrastinating, man, because I don't like to talk about negativity. I really don't. I usually like coming on here and being positive about news and excited about news. It is what it is, man. It's just been a weird fucking week in the world of professional wrestling. You guys are not following me on Twitter at JD from NY206, as well as Twitch, Instagram, and Facebook. Everything you need is right there in the layout. Visit me, follow me, all over social media. Keep up to date on the channel, where YouTube usually fails. If you guys are not subscribed to this channel, man, I have no idea what the fuck you're waiting for, honestly. F5 that fucking subscribe button, and take that motherfucker to Suplex City, bro. First class. Alright, this is the number one source right on YouTube.com. Now, we're going to talk about Superfly Jimmy Snuka, man. Obviously, that's the fucking big story that everybody's talking about. To the surprise of no one, just like it happened with Hulk Hogan, just like it happened with fucking The Ultimate Warrior and Bret Hart and Chris Benoit, a lot of guys have been exiled from the WWE, man. Bret Hart and Ultimate Warrior, obviously, they came back and reconciled with Vince McMahon. Benoit, obviously, they don't want nothing to do with his name or likeness anymore. Hulk Hogan, God knows when he'll be back in WWE's good graces. To the surprise of no one, you can add Superfly Jimmy Snuka to that list. World Wrestling Entertainment is slowly erasing all the traces and signs of Hall of Famer Jimmy Snuka. It was reported earlier today, or I should say this week, that Snuka's likeness and images have been removed from the Hall of Fame page on WWE.com. WWE has since issued a statement concerning the matter, and I quote, where the fuck am I, man? Where am I? Jesus Christ, I lost my fucking place, man. Jimmy Snuka's non-wrestling Legends contract has been suspended, and we are currently removing his images from our media platforms pending the outcome of this case. The 72-year-old was recently charged with third-degree murder and involuntary manslaughter of his then-girlfriend in 1983, Nancy Argentino. WWE issued the following statement following the report. I quote once again, WWE expresses its continued sympathy towards the Argentino family for their loss. Ultimately, this legal matter, tongue twister there. Ultimately, this legal matter will be decided in our judicial system. The case was recently reopened after an investigative report by the Morning Call revealed major discrepancies, including an autopsy report which made it out to be a homicide. Snuka mentioned in his 1992 autobiography that the accusations made towards him, implying that he killed her, have had a dramatic effect on his livelihood. Many terrible things have been written about me, hurting Nancy and being responsible for her death, but they are not true, Snuka wrote. This has been a very hard time on me and very hard on my family. To this day, I get nasty notes and threats. It hurts. I never hit Nancy or threatened her. He was arraigned on Tuesday afternoon with his bond set at $100,000, which has since been posted. This is a crazy fucking story, man. You know, I feel sorry for Superfly Jimmy Snuka in the fact that he is dealing with an illness. I believe he has stomach cancer, okay? I do not feel sorry for Jimmy Snuka, if this is the case, for murdering his then-girlfriend. Whatever the case may be, man, we don't know how, when, where, we don't know, okay? This is why this has to go in front of a judge, and it has to be decided by our judicial system, okay? We don't know none of these things, okay? They will, decide if he's guilty or innocent. I don't have an opinion on this at all. I really don't, okay? The one thing to keep in mind, though, that we should not feel sorry for when it comes to Jimmy Snuka is that he lied. For over 30 years, this motherfucker lied about a fucking crime that he possibly committed. He even lied about it in written form in an autobiography, saying that the accusations made towards him, implying that he killed her, had a dramatic effect on his livelihood, and they are not true. They are not true, man. How does one, if this really happened, if Snuka really committed this crime and murdered his girlfriend in 1983, Nancy Argentino, how does one live knowing that he took the life of another human being for over 30 years, pretending that nothing ever happened, man? He lived the lie for over 30 years. I don't feel sorry for him, man. If he's convicted, good. Good. If he murdered somebody and he lied about it, and now at 72 years old is going to get caught, fine. You lived your life, man. You made your money. You fucking built a career. Now, after all this time, unfortunately, 30 years have gone by, and the family of Nancy Argentino has not had one day to rest. This case was closed and then reopened. You know, the Band-Aid was put on it. Now, that wound, again, is reopened. Now, the Argentino family, I'm sure, with all the accusations made and the evidence that's come about this week, I'm sure they want justice. And that's what's going to happen, man. He's going to be in front of a judge. It's going to happen. We don't know when. We don't know how long this case is going to prolong itself. We don't know, man. But at 72 years old, I don't feel sorry for Jimmy Snuka. First of all, I'm not even a fan of Jimmy Snuka. I never had a connection to Jimmy Snuka. I was not a Jimmy Snuka fan. I don't own Jimmy Snuka merchandise. I really didn't care about Superfly Jimmy Snuka, man. All Jimmy Snuka to me was a name. I know of him and his legend. I know of his likeness in WWE. I know what he has accomplished in WWE. Was I a fan? No. I don't care. I really don't care, man. This is something that, to me, is not big news, and I'm just going to fucking brush it off and push it to the side, man. This is not like a Roddy Piper passing. This is not like a Dusty Rhodes passing. This is not like a fucking crippling injury to the WWE roster. John Cena's not fucking retiring. You know, this is Superfly Jimmy Snuka, man. Do we feel sorry for him? I don't. But I'm starting off the script this week with this being the top story because it's all over the fucking place, man. And the last thing WWE needs is more negative press. They've had a ton of negative press this week, man. Ton. Shootings at the fucking Performance Center. You got fucking Seth Rollins' girlfriend posing in front of swastikas 3 years ago that she fucking didn't delete. You know, you got Hulk Hogan crying on Good Morning America for his racial fucking comments. WWE's probably like, what the fuck is going on here, man? Sonny is fucking posing nude on Skype, taking fucking money from people, sexting on Skype, or fucking doing live video calls on Skype, half nude. WWE's probably like, what the fuck is going on, man? Is there a full moon tonight? Vince McMahon's probably having a fucking stroke, man. I don't understand it. But Jimmy Snuka, 72 years old, was arrested this week, charged with third-degree murder and involuntary manslaughter. If I hear anything regarding this case, I will keep you guys updated, as always, right here on Off the Script. Speaking of the Performance Center, man, more details continue to emerge surrounding an incident outside the WWE Performance Center when a man got shot Monday afternoon. PWInsider.com confirmed that the identity of the man was 29-year-old Armando Alejandro Montalvo. Try saying that 3 times fast. Who reportedly had an obsession with one of the female performers working at the center. And the identity of the female performer is none other than Hall of Famer Lita. He was obsessed with Lita. TMZ.com now has more news on who Montalvo is. According to doctors obtained by TMZ, or documents obtained by TMZ, the Wrestling Org got a restraining order against Montalvo earlier this month after a string of violent run-ins at the facility. Earlier this summer, the WWE says Montalvo spread his feces and urine on the building. He even posted a video of himself mixing the human waste and reduced fat milk in a bucket. On multiple occasions, he allegedly showed up in a wrestling outfit, banged on windows, and threatened to kick everyone's ass because they wouldn't hire him. One of the times he was swinging a large chain and police had to subdue him at gunpoint. Just 5 days ago, Montalvo posted a video of himself outside the building saying he was going to go ask for a job. He said, what's the worst they can say? Montalvo had to have surgery after Monday's shooting. I don't believe what I just read, people. He spread urine and feces on the building, and then he mixed the human waste with reduced fat milk in a bucket. Where do these people come from? Seriously. Like, I just don't know. I'm speechless. I have nothing to say. What do you want me to say, man? Why is this guy allowed to be on the streets? If he's got a string of fucking incidents, lock him away. He's obviously not stable. He should not be amongst the general public, man. These are people we should not feel sorry for. He is not normal. WWE COO Triple H released the following statement concerning the incident on social media. Unfortunately, a deranged individual with no WWE affiliation, who had a court order prohibiting him from being on WWE property, was involved in an incident with an Orange County Sheriff's deputy in the parking lot of the WWE Performance Center. We defer to the Orange County Sheriff's Department for further comment and information. MyNews13.com reports that the sheriff felt he needed to draw his weapon and fire at the individual, which I don't blame him, man. Swinging chains, fucking spreading shit and urine on the building, mixing human waste with reduced fat milk. On multiple occasions, he showed up banging on windows in a wrestling outfit, threatening people. He deserved to be shot, man. He deserved to be subdued in the most violent form, man, because he's not normal. He's not normal. So the sheriff drew his weapon on him and fired at him. His identity is not yet known at this time, but since was Alejandro or Armando Alejandro Montalvo, he was rushed to the hospital with what's being said as a life-threatening injury. The man was apparently obsessed with one of the divas working at the performance center. However, she wasn't at the building that day. It is not believed that the unknown man was a wrestler or had a relationship with anyone on the roster, man. I just don't believe it. If he's got a life-threatening injury, good for him, man. Good. People like this don't belong on the streets. They don't belong anywhere amongst other human beings, man. These people need to be locked away. He's obviously a fucking psychopath. And I'm glad that the sheriff did what he needed to do, man. He pulled his weapon out and fucking subdued him in the only fucking logical way that you can, man. If he's going to be threatening other people, take him down. You got a weapon, and in that instance, I agree with what the sheriff did, man. So he's in the hospital now. Who the fuck knows what's going to happen to him? Hopefully they lock him away, man. Like I said, he doesn't belong on the streets. But that's another incident that happened this week with the WWE, man. Again, another negative story that puts the WWE in a negative light, man. They don't want this fucking bullshit surrounding them. They just want to go week to week with some positivity, man. They want to go about normal business. But obviously they got psychopaths and then fucking ex-Hall of Famers now being charged with fucking murder. What else is new? Oh, how about pornography, man? Let's add porno to the fucking list. You guys have been asking for it, man. And finally, I have delivered. Courtesy of ProWrestlingTees.com, you can now own the official WWE Off the Script t-shirt. And to get yours today, all you got to do is simply go to www.ProWrestlingTees.com/offthescript, and you now can represent the number one fucking source for all WWE right here on YouTube.com. www.ProWrestlingTees.com/WWE Off the Script, and remember, hashtag fuck those other guys, man. Sunny, real name Tamara Sitch, will always be recognized as one of the first divas in World Wrestling Entertainment. Her contributions to the sport of professional wrestling in a managerial role landed her a spot in the coveted WWE Hall of Fame in 2011. Unfortunately, Sitch has been mired in controversy since her induction. She's been arrested on numerous occasions, including 5 times in a 4-week span back in 2012. According to a report by F4WOnline.com, WWE officials are not at all pleased with the way she's conducting herself. While not a part of the company any longer, she'll always be connected to the WWE in some capacity, acting as a representative no matter where she is or what she does. She also openly advertises Skype sessions with fans on her official Twitter account wearing lingerie. While WWE reportedly hasn't been happy with her for quite some time, there remains no talks of potentially removing her from the Hall of Fame, similar to how Hulk Hogan was yanked following racist and homophobic comments of his being leaked to the public. Now, listen. Sunny can do whatever the fuck she wants on her own time, man. WWE, they really got no grounds to say what she can and cannot do in her public time. She's not affiliated with the WWE in an active role anymore. But she should have common sense and a fucking stable head on her shoulders to realize that what made her where she came from, the WWE, has made her a household name. She's made a lot of money with WWE. She's made a career with WWE. She built a persona and a character that is recognizable with WWE. For her to pretty much disrespect WWE by getting herself mixed in with controversy, DUIs, and fucking coming out on Twitter and saying retarded shit and fucking using Skype sessions with fans, wearing lingerie. being fucking accused of doing porno. Not good, man. It's not good. I know if I was with the WWE and I was a Hall of Famer, man, you fucking go and retire, relax, enjoy your money, and just fucking live out the remaining years of your life, man. Just fucking in peace. You did what you did. Fans all over the world recognize you. They admired you. They fucking had posters of you on their walls, man. And this is how you're going to disrespect WWE? But WWE right now isn't too pleased with Sonny. You know, WWE has the right to say something, but then again, they really can't do anything, man. Sonny's going to live her life the way she wants to live it. It is what it is, man. It really is. So, that's another negative story here on Off the Script for Part 1. I do have one positive story. Holy shit. I got one positive story here, guys. The most popular female performer in all of World Wrestling Entertainment isn't even performing on Monday Night Raw every week. The rise of NXT star Bayley in 2015 has been truly remarkable, with more and more fans becoming followers of the current NXT Women's Champion. Bayley captured the title from former champion Sasha Banks at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn on August 22nd, with PW Insider's Dave Meltzer giving the match a rating out of 5, a 4.5. Longtime WWE employees recently told Brian Alvarez of F4WOnline.com that Bayley is so ungodly over, especially with little girls, that if she were to start granting wishes through Make-A-Wish, she will destroy John Cena. That's saying something, as Cena recently set the record for all professional athletes with his 500th Make-A-Wish for the nonprofit organization. Bayley's I'm a Hugger t-shirt is currently #1 on WWEshop.com for all divas on the roster. That is fucking crazy, man. Bayley deserves it. Watching Bayley come up through the ranks has been absolutely fucking amazing, man. The match at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn with Sasha Banks, probably my favorite Divas match of all time. It had it all, man. It had the fucking makings of a classic, old school championship match, man. I can't say anything more than that, man. I went over it with LeBar in my NXT review. I'll link you in the fucking video. Go check that out. It was just fucking amazing. If you missed it, you gotta go fucking back and watch it. Honestly, you guys, I'm sure I've seen it by now. If you haven't, please go back and watch it. It was literally the best match over SummerSlam weekend out of all 3 events. And I'm surprised, man. Bayley, right now, out of all the divas that she was with down at NXT, she's the one stuck down there. And everyone's talking about Eva Marie, man. WWE's going to catapult Eva Marie with a fucking rocket pack to, to the NXT Championship. I'll have another fucking time to talk about this, but Eva Marie belongs nowhere in a fucking ring, never mind the NXT Championship, man. The thing is, who is Bayley going to feud with, man? They really got nobody. I know Emma won a fatal 4-way match at NXT TakeOver on a pre-show, I believe. And I believe that was a botch. Everybody's saying it was a botch. She was with Charlotte. And I think Becky was there as well. And I don't know who else was in that match. But Emma and Bayley really have a thing that they could really build off of. You know, Emma and Bayley had a feud going back a few months ago. Emma could be a diamond in the rough in the NXT Divas division, or women's division, I should say. I hate when I call the NXT women divas, because they're not. I hate the term diva altogether. But Emma, I would make the #1 contender for the NXT Championship to go against Bayley. Everyone's talking about Eva Marie, man. God, no. Please, I want to vomit when I see Eva Marie in the ring, man. It's like she's moving underwater, man. Everything she does is just so fucking sloppy. She doesn't move with fluidity in the ring. She doesn't move at a graceful fucking pace. Everything she does seems so forced. It's like she's a fucking stiff. She's a corpse in the ring. And then she botched a fucking kick out on NXT this week, man. And the crowd was getting on her for that. Everything she does, down to her fucking blowing kisses and fucking her interaction with the crowd, is not genuine, man. How can you get behind someone if they're not genuine? She's trash. She's absolutely fucking trash, man. Never mind an NXT title match. She doesn't belong in an NXT ring, period. And if you're going to give her a title match, she's got 3, 4, 5 years before she even is considered, in my opinion, to be head of anything. I'm sure she gives good head, but she should not be the head of the fucking women's division in NXT. And I'm sorry for that sexual fucking thing, but I had to fucking say something, man. The head of the women's division in NXT. Sorry, man. Sorry, man. That's not happening. That is not happening, man. And finally, guys, another negative story. So 4 out of 5 negative stories here on Off the Script Part 1. In a recent interview with the Times of India, I don't know who the fuck reads that, the 44-year-old behemoth revealed, Mark Henry, I should say, that in 2016, this may be the year he hangs it up for good. I may retire next year, Mark Henry said. It may be the swan song of my wrestling career, but definitely not the end of Mark Henry. Henry has been an active competitor for the company since debuting on Monday Night Raw back in 1996. Since then, he held the World Heavyweight Championship on one occasion, the ECW Championship, as well as the European title. A retirement angle involving Henry was played out in 2013, with the former sexual chocolate teasing on social media that he was ready to call it quits. All it turned out to be was a savvy troll job on the part of Henry, which was fucking awesome, by the way, using the emotions of fans to aid him in turning on then WWE Champion John Cena, leading to a title match between the two at Money in the Bank that year. The professional wrestling career of the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, may soon be coming to an end. Mark Henry, man, you know, he was a great heel. During that time when he won the World Heavyweight Championship and then he fucking trolled the fans on John Cena, him playing a heel when he had the dreadlocks, man, fucking great work, man. That was the greatest work he's ever done in his career, man. Mark Henry was a damn good fucking heel. You know, and he's been around, man. He's been loyal to the company. You know, he's been around since 1996. I remember when Mark Henry first came out in WWE, man, fucking feuding with Jerry the King Lawler. And then he became sexual chocolate. They didn't know what to do with him. And then he became the world's strongest man, coming out like a fucking dominating heel, man. That's what I do. And fucking the Hall of Pain. His Hall of Pain shit, man, was fucking great. It was great. You know, I was a big Mark Henry guy as a heel, man. Then he turned him face, and then they fucking flip-flop back and forth. They didn't know what to do with him. And then he just lost all that fucking, you know, I lost all interest, and people didn't care, and he just lost that fucking, that aura to him, man. He just wasn't an interesting character anymore because WWE didn't know what to do with him. But Mark Henry might call it quits in 2016. WrestleMania 32 in Arlington, Texas, being that he is from Texas, may be the last we see of Mark Henry in an active role in the WWE. Thank you guys for watching Off the Script, man. This has been part 1 of episode number 81, man. Sorry about all the negativity, but the negativity is going to continue tomorrow, man. Seth Rollins' girlfriend, Zara Schreiber. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her name right, but she has been fired from the WWE. Why? We'll find out on episode 81, part 2. I also got Sarita coming to the WWE, man. At 36 years old, WWE is now signing Knockout, former TNA Knockout, Sarita, possibly making her way to the WWE. Sister Abigail may be headed to the WWE sooner than we think, because on Ric Flair's podcast, Micah Rotunda, who is the sister of Bray Wyatt, is getting a tryout with WWE, or has been trying out with the WWE. I got news on Blue Pants. I got news on Adam Rose and a new character for Adam Rose. I got news on Primo and Epico possibly being repackaged. I got news on a massive Stone Cold podcast on the WWE Network with his biggest guest ever. Fucking awesome. And I got news on Alberto Del Rio and Rey Mysterio possibly making their way back to the WWE, man. All this plus so much more all weekend on Off the Script. Like I said, if you guys are not following me on Twitter at JD from NY206, hit that subscribe button because this is the #1 fucking source for WWE news and rumors right here on YouTube.com. Please check out my sponsors, WrestleCrate.com. Did an unboxing this week. I'll leave you a link down below and in the video. Go check that out, man. WrestleCrate number 5 for August 2015. CSR Chair Shot Reality with LeBar, Eisenberg, and Ghoulish. Go check those guys out as well. And please, guys, buy a fucking t-shirt. ProWrestlingTees.com/WWE Off the Script and support the fucking show, man. #1 source for WWE news and rumors right here on YouTube.com. This is JD, and I'll see you guys on part 2 of this week's Off the Script, man. Until then, take care. I'll see you guys Saturday morning.